Do you remember fun toys like this, like that, and like that? Well, they all come from a toy company called Wham-O. And let's take a look at some. When it comes to the big toy companies, you think of Mattel, Hasbro. But there's one toy company that's been around since 1946 and is still making toys today. Wham-O. Wham-O. We all had Wham-O toys. If we may not have known it, but we did. In the 70s, you probably had Slip and Slide. And maybe in the 80s, you had a little ride-on cart. We'll look at it in a minute if you don't know what I'm talking about. But this company made a bunch of wacky stuff. And instead of me just showing you pictures and telling you about it, let's figure out what these are together. Because some of them are so weird, I'm not even sure what it is. I mean, we're talking instant fish. So let's dig into these. And we'll start right here with Magic Window. Magic Window. This is some kind of like crystal-like stuff. You tilt it back and forth, and it looks like waves and everything. It looks awesome, but let's be honest. This thing was released in the 60s. It probably busted or broke or leaked, and some kids got cancer. You know they did. Either that or the hair fell off their nipples. One of the two. So let's look at another right here. Pokebone. What is this? What is Pokebone? Can you do it? I don't want to do it. Pokebone. It's got this kid right here, and I don't know. Maybe you can figure it out. I can't tell if that's a kid or an adult. That's a little girl for sure. I think it's like a little girl. I assumed her agenda, but this was like the 70s. It was okay to do back then. A fun skull game. That two words don't go together. Fun and skull just don't seem like it should go together. How about this one? Water weenie. A water weenie. Oh, look at that kid. We all been there. Ooh, water weenie. I guess he just fill it up. It's like a balloon that's shaped like a weenie or uncircumcised penis. I don't know. You go and you squirt water all over everybody. We all been there, hadn't we? It was a long night in Detroit. I tell you that. Let's look at this one right here. Here you go, instant fish. I had to look this one up. This was some mud and it came with eggs. Kind of like, I guess, sea monkeys. Remember sea monkeys? It wasn't never like we promised. We thought we was going to see some sea monkeys, but they were about this big. You couldn't see them. And remember the box had that sexy sea monkey woman on it, and you're like, I'm going to be spanking my meat to the sea monkey mama. But then you got, the daddy too. I'm not judging. Just not to the kids. But to the dad, I'm not judging anyone. But no, they were about this big and they weren't as sexy as you thought they were going to be. But here's some fish. You take these little eggs and they hatch. I bet the fish aren't that big. I bet the fish are real small also. Instant fish. Must not have took off because I never saw this. I think this was like the 60s. I never saw this in the 70s and 80s. So I guess the instant fish didn't catch on like the sea monkeys. How about this one? A shrink machine. You put something in this machine, plug it in, and it shrinks. Someone explain this one? I see a little house. I see a little bit of stuff out of cardboard. I'm going to watch a fantastic shrinking process. You get to watch something shrink. This was the 60s. They did some crazy stuff. They had toys, radioactive toys and stuff. So no telling what this thing is. I'm sure the hair all fell out of the kids a month later, and it was like, hey, my hair's shrinking. Well, maybe that head was just getting really big. How about Monster Magnet? I remember this. I think they re-released this in the 90s and the 2000s and stuff. It was just a big magnet. It's supposed to be a redneck one. But yeah, you just don't put it on the TV. Don't put it on your TV. Oh, for you new kids, don't put it on your smartphone. But yeah, it was just a giant magnet. I mean, we can all figure out what that one is. How about this one? Super Stuff. It's got a guy using it to hyperventilate. Yeah. Super Stuff will help you hyperventilate. One guy turned into a shirt, which reminds me, junkmanmerch.com, junkmanmerch.com. All shirts, $16, depending on when you're watching this video, but it's on sale throughout the weekend, $16, junkmanmerch.com. Check it out. Let's see here, guys. You can make some, what's it say? New mysterious material. Again, this is like the 60s. You don't want to play with mysterious material. Oh, no, you're dangerous. How about this one? Reminds me of my uncle. If he had one of these out, you go to the water hose, squirt water up, you try to run, jump over it. Sometimes you could jump it just right and the water will hit your no-no region. You know, if you get really lucky, bullseye, you're like, oh, I just got a free enema. Ooh, it's going to be a party tonight. Yeah. And how about Turbo Tube, 98 cents. What is this? Amazing flying lift chamber. Anti-gravity action. It's like a little cylinder, and it goes up to 200 feet in the air. Who needs a drone when you have this? I'm not sure exactly how it works, what it does. It looks like a little ring, like you throw it up 200 feet in the air, you never see it again. You might hit a damn airplane. How high do airplanes go? I don't know, but this looks kind of dangerous, because whatever goes up 200 feet, it's going to come down, and it's going to be dangerous. How about water wiggle? I had this. Now, I had this in the 70s. I think a lot of us had this. Hook it to a water hose. It just fly all over the place, man. It just fly all over the place. It was a lot of fun, but it was more fun than these kids look like they're having. Look at these little kids. You look at that girl, like she's wearing an E cup, if that. It was a lot of fun for real. How about the wheelie bar for nerds? This makes you pop a wheelie, but it's got wheels on the back of it. Should have made at least sparks. If he shot sparks, I could see, but no. Look at it. Dude even looks like a dork. So if you're going to try to impress some girls, watch me pop a wheelie. They're going to say, man, that's training wheels for wheelies. That's all it is. Training wheels for your wheelie popping. How about a frisbee? I just wanted to show this picture of this Pegasus because I want to put it on a shirt. Don't it look cool? Shirt. It looks cool. I don't know why I just said shirt. I don't know why I did that. I was just talking to you about Pegasus and I just said shirt. I don't know why I did. Sorry about that. JunkmanMerch.com. Super Ball. This is like a new package, but they made this, I know, in the 70s, 80s, maybe even more. It was just a big blue ball. You want to get your blue ball? You bounce. That thing will bounce over houses. It was awesome. This thing would bounce like crazy. How about Magic Sand? Now, I had this one. I know I had this. I love this thing. I had a blue one. My sister had the red one. It was just sand. It was like dirt. You put it in water and you could form it. Here, check this commercial out. It explains it better than I can.
Magic sand, when it's poured into the water, shifts and changes into weird and funny shapes. With magic sand, you can make underwater sand paintings, even a house and sand clouds that float, or build a weird and pretty underwater city. And you can use magic sand over and over again. Here's why. It comes out of the water instantly dry, each sold separately. Magic sand in red, yellow, or blue. From Wham-O.
Magic freaking sand. I got to go on eBay and find some of that. How about a slip and slide? It's not the 70s without slip and slide. I'm sure you had them in the 80s and 90s and whatever, but slip and slide. You put it down on some grass. Your dad wouldn't get the rocks out from under it. Ugh. You end up scratching you all up with them rocks, but it was always fun if a friend had a big hill. Was a 25-foot long water slide. You always had the one kid that jumped on it too hard and just busted his belly all open. Slip and slide. I can't imagine a childhood without a slip and slide. Remember this thing? It's you sit on it, you do like this. And it rolls around. You always got it, and this is one of the toy you didn't get it for Christmas. It was just one thing that's always like under the house or in the basement. It was always just there. Or maybe your friend had it. Nobody knew where it came from. Nobody knew the name of it. You always hoped your Aunt Linda would ride it, but she never would. And there was a lot of this. This thing, they blew up the TV with commercials for this thing. I used to see the commercials all the time. Remember it? Check it out.
Roller racers got me gonna get down and go. Don't know how it does it. How's it do it? How's it go? Roller racers got me used to sit down and swing. No motor and no batteries, but something really moves that thing. I got a roller racer's got me. I don't get it, but I got it. Roller racer got to me.
Roller Racer Sit Skate. Your parents put it together easily. From Wham-O.
I'm sure you remember that now. How about this one right here? Frisbee horseshoe. Now I think we can figure this one out. It looks like a pole with a ring on it, and you just gotta ring it like that. I bet that guy from Echo Base Coach would play this. But it's like that type of toy. You take it out, and you put the poles all on the ground. By then you're like, I don't feel like playing this crap. And then you got to put it all back up because your mom's like, don't leave the horseshoe frisbee game outside. And I don't know what this is. When I pulled the picture, I was like, what is a flurry excitement? I need help with here. It looks like something you do this with. I don't know. I only know what a flurry is. It warps, it loops. I couldn't find any. This is the only picture I could find. I wanted to figure out what this was more, and I couldn't find it out of the box, or this is the. I don't know. I couldn't figure out anything. So let me know if you had this crazy contraption. How about super elastic bubble plastic? Now, I know they made this. I don't know if Wham-O made these, but I know my kids had these in the early 2000s. And here's one from the 60s, so it's probably really poisonous. And it just says 3 colors at once. And you know that kid blowing it, you get the contact high. Let's be honest. Kids playing with this thing, they were getting contact. Because I remember the smell when my kids had in the 2000s. So I'm sure kids back in the 60s, man, they were getting with this thing. They were like, puff, puff, past that plastic balloon. You know they were getting messed up. Not recommended for children under 5 years old. How about an air blaster gun? You just shoot it, boom, blows air in your face. It's pretty darn cool if you ask me. How about a car wash? We all had a big wheel back in the 70s, right? Couldn't let that thing get dirty. You had to clean it. How about a car wash for it? I never had this. It would have been awesome to have. Not to brag. I would have drove my green machine through it. Green machine. That was like the cool man's big wheel. Sure, people had big wheels. It was kind of cool, especially you had the one with the brake on it and everything. But the green machine, it's a whole different level of cool right there. How about it's Willy? Is this the thing you hook like a fishing string to it and you make it look like it's walking and everything? I'm not sure if that's what this is. That's what it looks like. It says it's 18 inches of flexible, lovable fun. Now that sounds like my uncle right there for sure. But it looks kind of boring. It's 98 cents. How about this? Sling Assem. What is ASSEM? I don't know. It looks like a slingshot, but I don't see the wood part of the handle. Maybe it's just, you know, you can fix your slingshot if it breaks, maybe. I'm not sure. How about super balloon? Amazing size. Giant 10-foot balloon. What is this? The kids look, they're holding a pole. Wait, is that the balloon? It's just a big 10. Good Lord, how long is it going to take you to blow this thing up? 10 foot tall, just a balloon, 10 foot tall. What do you. Tall, catch, sell. I was going to make fun of it. It would be kind of fun to have a 10-inch balloon. I would do lightsabers with it, that's for sure. It'll pop. How about this? Wham-O made a crossbow for kids. Kill small game. A bird, a fox, a gopher, a rabbit, a squirrel. That's just rude. Don't be killing those cute little creatures. How about a nutter knocker? What the fuck is a nutter knocker? I don't know, man. I don't know what this is. Knock appearance like magic. Makes knots. It's got a string with a red devil on it. Someone in the comments, please help me with this one. I'm not really sure about this one here. How about Wham-O ring? This is just a boomerang, but it don't look too safe. It's got little pointy things on it. Uncle Ted's over on 4th of July. He's drinking back. You know, he's hitting the sauce and everything. He's throwing his boomerang. He comes right back. He has Aunt Linda right in the eye. You know it's going to go right for the eye. It's just like some tragedy about to happen. And believe it or not, that's a look at a lot of Wham-O toys. Did you have any Wham-O toys? Let me know in the comments below. I bet you had some. Even if you didn't recognize the name, I bet you saw some of these and I had that. If you can figure out what that can with the skull on it and the knot is, figure that out. Let me know that too. Weird. But that's some weird stuff. And my company's still going today. They're almost hitting 100 years. Crazy, right? 1946. If I'm still making videos in 2046, maybe I'll do a follow-up video to this and we'll celebrate 100 years of Wham-O.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.